Well, how are you, everybody who is watching this video? I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you into departments of electronics engineering, and we have our online institution, which is called Tanzania Online Institute of Technology, where we are training students, we are teaching students about higher engineering mathematics, about electronics engineering, telecommunication engineering, mechatronics engineering. So we have a number of courses at actual that we are training to our students. We are in departments of electronics, and the module name is called the Power Electronics. We had discussed the lecture 0, lecture 1, lecture 2, and this is lecture 3. We are still in the first topic that's called Introduction to Power Electronics. If it's the first time to meet me, my name is Olenjolai. I'm very happy to have you today. And I would like to tell you that I've prepared the good news for you. So I ask you to stay connected, and let us go into the business, because electronics is powerful, and electronics engineering is actually changing the world. In case you missed some other previous lecture, should not worry. We are going to cover some important concepts which actually will open our eyes and will give us the good understanding about the power electronics. I have some physical students, and I would like to appreciate them who have joined me in this class so that we can go and we can learn together. How are you, engineering students? How are you again? Are you ready for lecture 3? So where did we end? So if you are ready for lecture 3, let us do the quick review of lecture what? Of lecture 2. What did we learn in lecture 2? How many terminologies did we learn in lecture 2? Brother, what's your name? Ambakise. Ambakise from where? Mbeya? From Jombe. Yes, usual. Northern, thousands of Tanzania. Ambakise, tell us, how many terminologies do we learn? In lecture 2. Yes, in lecture 2. 2 terminologies. Good, yes, 2 terminologies. What was the title of the lecture, first of all? What was the title of the lecture? Terminologies of 40. Terminologies of power electronics. First of all, say power electronics. Say it loudly. Power electronics. Again, say power electronics. Power electronics. Again, say before your neighbor, power electronics, until your neighbor be disappointed. Say power electronics, your neighbor's ear. Power electronics. Again. Power electronics. Again, loudly. Loudly. So your neighbor is still happy, eh? Well, so terminologies of power electronics. So Ambakise told us we just covered 2 terminologies. So sign 2, yes. 2 terminologies. The first one is what? What's your name? Kevin. Kevin, tell us how the first terminology. Kevin does not remember anything about the first C, terminology. Then brother who is chatting, the first terminology, power electronics. That's the first terminology. That's wrong. Power electronics devices. So the first terminology which we discuss about power electronics devices. Power electronics say power electronics devices. What are the power electronics devices? Nema, tell us what is power, or what are the power electronics devices? What is power electronics device? What do we mean? Don't read from exercise book. I just need from your brain. So Nema does not remember anything. Mr. Suleiman, what is power electronics devices? You have been staying there outside almost an hour waiting for the class. And you didn't do even revision. What is power electronics devices? Class, all of you. What is power electronics devices? These are the what? Are the semiconductor what? Semiconductor devices. That are used to control, to convey, and the conditioning what? Electric power. Electric what? Power. How many examples of power electronics devices did we discuss? Madam, the first one. What's your name? Counselor. Counselor, tell us the first example. Where is your exercise book first of power electronics? Where is it? Somebody stolen? Who stolen it? You just came to visit us? Brother, what's your name? Ongea kwa sauti basi. Ongea kwa sauti, mwanamume anatakiwa ujiamini. Haya, baba tunza jina lako. Kaka hapa, what's your name? Kevin. Kevin who? That's another Kevin. Pantaleo. The first example of power electronics device is what? General purpose diode. So the first one is general purpose what? Diode. The second example, we had what? Varactor what? Varactor diode. The third example, a power bipolar junction transistor. The first example, insulated gate, bipolar junction transistor, IGBTs, isn't it? The fifth example, thyristor. Thyristor. The sixth example, MOSFET, or what? MOSFET. Then the seventh example is what? Silicon controlled rectifier. The eighth example is what? A field effect transistor. The ninth example is what? Pardon? A gate GTO. Gate turn off thyristor. Then number 10 it's what? A solid state relays. Right? Those are the 10 examples of electronics power or electronics power electronics devices. It doesn't mean that they are 10, they are more than 10. So I just mentioned 10 before you. You have to go and find other 10 examples. In exam, I might ask you 25 examples. So don't tell me that they're not there while they're there. Okay? Yeah. Always learn to go extra mile from what your class teacher has taught you. Madam, come please. Yes, with your staff. This is your place. Welcome. Then, the second terminology is what? Electronic circuit. What is electronic circuit? Class, what is electronic circuit? What's the electronic circuit? Madam, tell us, what is the electronic circuit now? Electronic circuit, Electronic circuit is a circuit, Is a type of? Electronics. Yes, yes. It's a type of electronics and electrical circuit. It's a type of electrical circuit, Continue. In English, please. It's a type of electrical circuit.
Electrical and electronic circuit.
Connected with resistors. Okay, thank you for the good try. How do you find electronic circuits? This is a type of what? It's a type of electric. It's a type of electric circuit. Consists what? Electrical and electronic what? Components. Such as, you are good in cramming. Such as what? Resistor, capacitor, diode, transistor, integrated circuit, op amp, You always copy as space, then which are used to process what? Electrical signal. How many examples of electronic circuits did we mention? The first one. Close your exercise book. Close your exercise book. All of you. Close your exercise book. Let us mention from our brain. If you're already in our brain, or we need a backup. The first one. Loudly. So we'll mention according to how we read. I think that those who sat on this side, they read the first one. This side, the first example, analogy, electronic circuit. This side, digital electronic circuit. Wait, una zoom. This side, power electronic circuit. This side, radio frequency circuit or RF circuit. And this side, that's number 4. Number 5, electronic circuit. Communication, electronics communication circuit. This side, electronic sensor circuit. That's number 6. Number 7, primary timing. Timing electronics control circuit. Timing and the control electronics circuit. Number 8, linear mixed signal. Mixed what? Mixed. Mixed or mixed? Mixed signal circuit. Number 9, non-linear. Linear. Linear what? Linear electronic circuit. And this side, again loudly. Yeah, so you remember those examples. So today, let us discuss terminology number 8, which is power electronic circuits. Power electronic circuits. So very good. So you have understood. And you still remember what you have understood. Keep it up. Say power electronic circuit.
Power electronic circuit.
So this is one of the circuit among the 10 examples of electronic circuits that we've mentioned. Do you remember? That's number what? Number 3. So now we narrow. We have to keep focus on power electronic circuit. We won't discuss about analog electronic circuit. We won't discuss about digital. We'll be focusing on what? Power electronic circuit. That's what I've been looking for. Okay? Yeah. So the fundamental question is, what is power electronics? What is power electronic circuit? Ask your neighbor. What do you understand about power electronic circuit? Power electronic circuit. I say ask your neighbor, what do you understand about power electronic circuit? Say power electronic circuit. Okay, ask your neighbor, what is power electronic circuit? So a power electronic circuit, we say that is an electrical circuit designed, so this is an electrical circuit designed to control and convey electrical power, control and convey electrical power from one form to another form. Please don't sign for somebody. I will check the signed names after this class. Please don't sign for anybody. Sign for your own name. Okay? So from one form to another form, utilizing semiconductor devices, like diodes and the transistors to efficiently manage the flow of energy. Manage the flow of electric energy. By changing voltage, or by changing current, by changing frequency, by changing voltage, depending on the application. Depending on the application. So this is the one of the definition of power electronic circuit. Class A again, power electronic circuit.
Power electronic circuit.
Say it loudly, say power electronic circuit.
Power electronic circuit.
So you say that a power electronic circuit, this is an electrical circuit designed to control electric power. Also designed, hello, stop writing. Designed to control, I said stop writing. Hello, I said stop writing. Designed to control electric power, and also designed to convey electric power from one form to another form. Say one form to another form. Utilizing what is semiconductor devices like diodes and transistors to efficiently manage the flow of electric energy by changing current or frequency or voltage depending on the application. So you say that this is the type of the circuit, or it's a one of electronic circuit, where actually the main business is to convey or to control electric power from one form to another form. And that business will be performed by semiconductor devices. And again, the main focus will be either changing the magnitude of current, or changing the magnitude of voltage, or changing the magnitude of frequency. So you see that something is added there. Okay? If you refer the previous definition, we have a new concept there. So power, electronic circuits. Power electronic circuits. Power electronic circuits, we say that power electronic circuit typically manage high power signal, typically manage high power signal or signals, and they are essential. They're essential for converting electric energy so you may notice from lecture 1, lecture 2, we are just talking about conversion of energy. Then that's the main business that we'll be having in power electronics. Are essential for converting electric energy from one form to another form. From one form to another form. Such as changing of voltage or changing of voltage, also changing of current, also we have changing of frequency. So these are the simple examples of that energy conversion. Then class, say again, power electronic circuit. Stop writing. Let us reinforce the comprehension of that definition. Then let me present to you the task or the assignment that you have to do in that part. We are going to read the definitions of the word power electronic circuit. This is one of them. You may find the second definition or the third definition or even the fourth one, because there are different articles, different books that are defining the terminologies that call the power electronics. Right? So 1, 2, 3, go. Sierra yourself. 1, 2, 3, go. We don't hear you. My friend there at the back does not hear you. Say it loudly.
Our electronic circuit is an electrical circuit designed to control and convert electrical power from one form to another form, utilizing semiconductor devices like diode and transistor. Efficiently manage the flow of electric energy by changing current, frequency, voltage, depending on the application.
Okay, so the next concept, once you learn about power electronic circuit, you have to think about types or examples of power electronic circuit. Or let's say the types of power electronics circuits. So this is the point that I would like to give you an assignment. So here we have a question that called the assignment 1. This is assignment 1. It's worth 10 marks. It was 10 marks. It's a group assignment. It should be in groups of 7 students. And then the question is simple. That explain briefly 7 types of power electronics circuits with aid of a schematic circuit diagram on each type. So this is the question that you have to make sure that you do it. So listen the instruction. Listen the instruction. You should be in a group of 7 students, and each student has to master 1 type among the 7 types. Okay? So each student has to find at least 1 type of power electronic circuit, and you have to master. And once you find the descriptions about that type of power electronics, once you explain it briefly, then the next step, you should also find the schematic circuit diagram of that type. Once you find the schematic circuit diagrams of that type, you have to draw it by using a pencil, and you have to understand how that schematic circuit diagram works. Is it clear? So I expect in your assignment, you'll have 7 types and 7 schematic circuit diagrams. And they should be the same from group 1 to group 2 to group 3. Because we have different examples. For instance, in one of the types of 40, one of the types is called UPS. Okay, UPS power electronic circuits. So in UPS power electronic circuits, we have different schematic circuit diagram. So you have to make sure that you have different schematic circuit diagrams from one group to another group. You may have the same types, but description should be different, and even also the schematic circuit diagrams should be different, because otherwise it's only one group that can do the assignment and others will copy and paste it. So please make sure that you don't copy and paste. And sometimes I might call you in my office and ask you to explain the type that you have chosen or you have stated without reviewing any part. And I will not prepare you. I will just call you immediately or within a short time. And then once you come there, then I will ask you some questions about the type that you have chosen to realize if you participated in the assignment or did not participate. Another thing, that this is a serious business. If some of your group members will not participate, don't write the year names. Okay? If your group members, they don't participate, they don't want, they just say that we'll buy paper and pen. You know, there are some group members, they say that for ourselves, we'll facilitate financially. But you don't need to discuss. So I need the students like those. It's not the matter of facilitating, maybe buying rims, rim paper, or buying what, a pencil and a pen. No. That's not the case. Each participant of the group must master one type. So if he or she does not participate, well. So if you have done maybe 5 students, I expect to find 5 types of power electronic circuit. In some of the groups, if you are 8, I expect to find 8 types of power electronic circuit. So there is no need for you to force somebody to do. Is it clear? Yes. So each type should be written on 1 page of rim paper, 1 page. So I expect your work to have 7 papers or 7 pages, 7 written pages. You describe briefly and also you draw a neti schematic circuit diagram. If you draw by using a pen, 0. We don't draw in electronics by using pen. We draw in electronics by using a pencil. Is it clear? Yeah, make sure that you do it. And you know the deadlines is Monday. So you know the deadline, it's what? Monday. Okay, so then the terminology number 9. We are done with that. Let us move. Number 9. We'll discuss at the end of the class if maybe the deadlines is nearby or whatever. For me, yes, what? We shall discuss, yeah? Okay. I will be there for discussion. How about you? Okay, the 9th terminology that you have to learn is called the power electronics. So up to now, when you do that assignment, out of 60, you will have already earned 10. You still owe me 50 marks. And actually be deducing step by step until I have given you all the 60 marks for the continuous assessment. So the next terminology is called the power electronics converter. Say power electronics converter. I told you, say power electronics converter.
Power electronics converter.
Again. So if you have noticed, we have power electronics devices and also we have power electronics converter. And I still have another terminology number 10, which also talks about semiconductor devices. So you have to be careful when you are going through this material. Question number 9. What is power electronics converter? What is power electronics converter? What is power electronics converter? Ask your neighbor, because this is not a maybe a new phenomenon. Ask your neighbor, my neighbor, what is power electronics converter? Ask your neighbor, even if your neighbor is busy. Your neighbor is smiling, eh? Yeah. Again, ask again, because your neighbor say, I didn't hear you. Eh? Okay, answer the question. Answer his question and then yourself answer your neighbor's question. Who should start? Himself, eh? Then he be the second one. So he can copy and paste. Define to him. What did your neighbor say? No idea, eh? If your neighbor is faithful, say no idea. If your neighbor is not faithful, then he's trying to say power converter, you know, it's a semiconductor device converting electric power in power electronics and so forth, etc., etc., etc. So what did your neighbor tell you? Sure. And you, what did you tell him? Sure. Kwa ngoma draw. Aliuza cheni, ameuza cheni ya bandia. Na aliyetoa hela ametoa hela ya bandia. Tuliozoea bongo nasema hiyo ngoma nini? Ngoma draw. Hamna aliyeibiwa hapo. Sababu mjini ukishangaa unaibiwa. Kwa wewe umetoa hela ya bandia, umempa aliyekuzia cheni. Na aliyekuzia cheni amekwambia cheni ni ya gold, kumbe ni ya bandia. Kwa hiyo ngoma hiyo imebalance, equation hiyo imebalance, hakuna mwenye kilio. Kwa hiyo huyu hajui, jirani hajui, naye hujui. Sasa hapo mnafundishika vizuri. Then say power electronics converter. Hiyo sio kasahau.
Power electronics converter.
Sasa mwambie jirani yako, sikiliza sasa. An electronics power converter or power electronics converter, an electronics power converter is a device. So this is the device. This is the device or circuit. This is the device or circuit that converts that conveys electric energy, that conveys electric energy from one form to another. And typically this power converter, say that typically this power converter adjusts what? The voltage. Adjusts the voltage. Also this power converter adjusts the current. They adjust the current. Also adjust the frequency. Adjust the frequency. Adjust the frequency of an electric signal. This is the definition of electronics power converters or power electronics converters. An electronics power converter is a device or is a circuit. You have to know the difference between device, equipment, instrument, and measuring instruments. So this is the device or circuit that conveys electric energy, as its name that say converter. Hello? And when it's conveyed electric energy from one form to another form. But how do they convey electric energy? That's an important question. How do power converters or power electronics converters actually transform or change or convey one form of electric energy to another form of electric energy? Well, by adjusting either the voltage or adjusting current or adjusting frequency of electricity signal. So it's a matter of adjusting. Ask your neighbor, what the meanings of adjust in Swahili? What the meanings of the word adjust in Swahili? Because your neighbor actually pursued the nursery English medium, primary English medium or English primary medium, and even secondary English medium. So ask your neighbor to translate the meanings of adjust. Because if you understand adjusting, you have a clear sense of converter. Ask your neighbor. Don't assume your neighbor that is poor in English like you. Usichukulie jirani yako kwamba hajui Kiingereza kama wewe. Jirani yako amepanda mabasi gani yale yanaitwa ya njano. Wewe ni kidumu na nini? Na ufagio. Yani inaitwa Swahili nursery medium, Swahili primary medium, Swahili secondary medium. Yani form 1 mpaka form 6. Hamna cha kuongea Kiingereza, mwalimu mwenyewe anakuja kuongea Kiswahili, akizidisha sana anaongea Kisukuma. Yaani atatafsiri kwa Kisukuma, sababu ngoma hizo zinajua Kisukuma kuliko nini? Kiswahili. Kama ni Mbeya manake tafsiri yake inatolea kwa Kinyakyusa. Kwa sababu kama hujui Kinyakyusa shauri yako. Kwa kusema mwalimu sijaelewa. Hujaelewa lugha ya Kiswahili. Kwa ngoja tafsiri kwa nini? Kinyakyusa. Hiyo ndo bongo hiyo. Bongo kuna sehemu watu ni mababe. Kama ni Dodoma, Kigogo. Haya, kwa Kigogo power electronics converter tunahitaji. Au kwa Kisukuma au kwa lugha ya kwenu basi. Bosi anasema ni mbabe wa lugha. Ulize jirani yako. Yaani seriously, jirani. Kwa Kikwenu power electronics converter inaitwaje? Hajui kwanza, si ndio? Asa mimi Mchaga. Haya, tuambie power electronics converter kwa Kishaga inaitwaje? Baba, ongea basi na jirani yako mpaka unamuogopa tena. Ampendi hiyo. Kwa sababu nasema wao tutumie lugha ya nyumbani. Haya, ile power electronics converter kwa Kiswahili ni nini? Unaona? Yaani utaanza power electronics converter manake vinavyobadilisha, yaani sentence ndefu. Utasema hujui. So this one is kwa hiyo jirani kakwambia adjust maana yake nini kwa Kiswahili? What the means of adjust in Swahili? Brother, adjust? Tusaidie basi wenzako, si najua Kiswahili. Sasa adjust sio Kiingereza. Ndo jamaa umempa hiyo kazi kijana wako Yes, wa kubusi. Kwa adjust Kiingereza, kubusti? Madam, adjust kwa Kiswahili? Kuweka sawa. Kiingereza kingine cha kuweka sawa? Yaani kweli ile kwamba sema mwalimu anakuambia put your exercise book on the table. Kweli kwa sema adjust your exercise book on the table. Madam, sana naye huyu. Wewe inaelekea kwamba Swahili medium huyu. Sawa. Yaani hilo pose lako la kukaa imenipa taarifa kwamba hapo niendelee. Kaka hapo adjust, kuongeza. Mzee? Kuongeza. Sikilizeni sasa. Kuongeza yani sasa Kiingereza tena. Kwa hiyo jamani wote Kiswahili kidogo kina shida, si ndio Kwa hiyo tuendelee na Kiingereza chetu. Kwa adjust the voltage, adjust the current, adjust the frequency. You know what you have to challenge yourself. For instance, this is a sinusoidal signal. This is original signal. If it be asked me that, draw this signal when it has been adjusted. How are you going to draw? That is original signal before it has been adjusted by a power electronics converter, right? Then we introduce it into power electronics converter, so it will be adjusted as a current or voltage or frequency. That represents voltage against the time. So how are you going to draw the waveform of adjusted voltage? Can you draw for your neighbor? Sijaeleweka. Nimesema hivi, chukulia hii ndio signal ambayo unataka kuipitisha kwenye power electronics converter, si ndio Kwa hiyo hii converter sitafanya adjustment ya voltage. Hii ni voltage against nini? Time, si ndio hebu mchoree jirani yako basi kisha adjusted hiyo voltage inakuaje? Sababu nadhani nilikuwa na watania au na wachekesha. Na wafundisha kitu ambacho cha msingi ambacho nyinyi none of your business. Chora sasa kwa ajili ya jirani yako kwenye rafu kule. Hii ndio adjusted voltage signal. Ili jirani yako aone graph ambalo haliko duniani. Halijai kuwepo na haliko nini? Have you finished to draw for your neighbor? Have you finished to draw for your neighbor, class? Or you are still drawing for your neighbor? Please draw. I want to see it. Wewe mbona unafungua daftari? And you are just opening the exercise book from the beginnings to the end. Hey brother, draw for your neighbor. Who did you do it? You or your neighbor? And then yourself draw for your neighbor. Watch it. Hey, unakopi ile kwanza. Nae. Where did you draw for your neighbor? Not yet. You are thinking. Sure. Are you here? So you are drawing on the table? Or your table is a rough paper? Madam, can I see? Not yet. Still on progress. Brother? Already? Na waandishi hapa. Mzee hapa? Wewe ndio ulisema sauti haitoki Kuna jamangu kule, yaani akiongea yeye mwenyewe asikii. Sio mimi nisikia, yeye mwenyewe asikii anachoongea. Alafu kimwambia ongeza sauti, baada asikii. Sasa mimi ndio nisubirie kusikia. Naweza nikasikia kipindi kishaisha. Then 1 2 3 read the definition of power electronics converter. 1 2 3 go. Good. Then another important sentence, you say that power electronics converters, power electronics converter are crucial components. These are crucial components. These are the crucial components in power electronics. In power electronics. Power electronics. And they are used they are used to transform what? Transform energy in a way that suits the requirements of different electrical devices. In a way that suits the requirements of different electrical devices. Or different electrical system. Types of power, electronics power converter. Electronics power converters. So you say that electronics power converters are or can be broadly classified. Into four categories. Based on the type of energy conversion. Based on the type of energy conversion. So simply, we have four types of electronics power converters based on energy conversion. So it depends that you categorize them based on what? So this categorization, listen, stop writing. Types of electronics power converter, say it. So we categorize these types into four categories based on the type of energy conversion. Say energy conversion. It means that the conversions of energy from one form to another form. So the first type is actually be converting one form of energy into another form. The second type are converting one form of energy into another form. And actually, these are the four types, or with these four types, we still have, it means that we'll be actually reviewing what we've been discussing in terminology number 5, which was actually talking about power electronics. We said that we had AC to DC conversion, we had also DC to AC conversion, we had also DC to DC conversion, and also we had AC to AC conversion. Do you remember those four conversions? Yeah. So if you've forgotten, or you've forgotten, here they are. So the first one, we say that AC, alternating current, or AC, to direct current or to DC conversion. So this process, how do we call it? We call it rectification. Say rectification. Say rectification. So the first type is called the AC to DC conversion. Say AC to DC conversion. Say AC to DC conversion. This is actually, you can enjoy it in your mobile charger. Then also you have DC to AC conversion. This you may enjoy it in solar system. So AC, DC to AC conversion, and this process in electronics we call it inversion. Say inversion. Say inversion. Then the third type is called the DC to DC. DC to DC conversion. DC to DC conversion. This process actually call it voltage regulation. Say voltage regulation. Say voltage regulation. The first types of electronics power converter are based on the energy conversion. It's AC to AC conversion. And this one, we call it in electronics cycloconversion. Cycloconversion. Say cycloconversion. Say cycloconversion. So cycloconversion. So you have AC to DC conversion. Say AC to DC conversion. Say AC to DC conversion. Okay, that process is called rectification. Say rectification. Then you have DC to AC conversion. Say DC to AC conversion. We call that process what? Inversion. Then you have what? DC to DC conversion. That process is called voltage regulation. Say voltage regulation. And also you have AC to AC what? AC to AC what? That's one. That process is called what? So among those four types, which one would you like to assign to your neighbor to be a nickname? Cycloconversion. Would you like to call your neighbor cycloconversion, or voltage regulation, or inversion, or Mr. Rectification, or Miss Rectification? So which one would you like to assign to your left-hand side neighbor and your right-hand side neighbor? Which one? This is Mr. Rectification, eh? And you, Mr. Cycloconversion? Miss Cycloconversion. Then the 10th terminology and the last one is called the power. So this is the last terminology. You will also find the remaining terminology. Power, electronics, drivers. I'm about to finish chapter 1 and finish lecture 3. Power, electronics, driver. Say power, electronics, driver.
Power, electronics, driver.
Again, say power, electronics, driver.
Power, electronics, driver.
Again, say power, electronics, driver.
Power, electronics, driver.
So you have listened because you have another assignment there. You have a question? Welcome. Okay, so one of your classmates is asking a question. He has been confused between power electronics converter and the power electronics devices. So when you talk about power electronics converters, we focus more on the process. On the process of energy conversion from one form to another form. When you talk about power electronics devices, we talk about those devices that converting energy from one form to another form. We'll come and pick it at the end of the class, okay? Yes, because it's taking you out. What did I say? When you talk about power electronics converters, what do we focus? The process of converting what? Energy from one form to another. When you talk about power electronics devices, we talk about what? Those semiconductor devices that converting energy from one form to another. That's the difference. That's why when you talk about types or examples of power electronics converters or types, and this one we discuss more in terms of energy conversion. Then you see we have AC to DC conversion. So then this is the process of conversion. So this process of conversion, that's quality converter. So all the set of electronics devices which will be used to achieve AC to DC conversion, we call them power electronics converters. But when you talk about power electronics devices, we are focusing on semiconductor devices only. But when you talk about power electronics converters, we may have semiconductors and others are just the electrical conductors or electrical devices. Are we together? Are we together? Yes. Okay, good. Then you have power electronics driver. Ask yourself, what is power electronics driver? Thank you very much for your question. That's why I'm teaching powerful and clearly, because I know some of the students, they are drawing materials, but some of them, they are just still waiting the questions for the exam. Jamaa anaanza kumwonea wivu. Jamaa akafagiliwa bwana. Bongo hiyo. Why are you writing by using a red pen? So say power electronics convert driver. Who have an extra blue or black pen? So you can help our neighbor here. Do you have extra? You have only one. So if it got lost, you'll go and buy the other one. Where? Dukan. Yes, okay. That one's. So he doesn't know how to socialize and ask the pen. So the teacher has to help him. Why? Because he has been studying boys' schools. So in boys' school, we are lacking socialization. Or ghetto schools, we are lacking what? Socialization. Why are we lacking socialization? We have been taught the mindset that, oh, the other gender is your neighbor, is your enemy. The other gender is what? Your enemy. We destroy your life. Who told you that? Say power electronics driver. Power electronics driver. So electronics power driver or power electronics drivers. So these are the circuits. These are the circuits. These are the circuits or devices used to control the operation. So these are the circuits or devices used to control the operation of power electronics components. Power electronics components. Power electronics components such as diodes, transistors, transistors, thyristors, MOSFETs, insulated gate bipolar junction transistors, relays, means that we hold solid state relay, solid state relay or relays, which in turn manage the flow of electric power to load devices, which in turn manage the flow of electric power. The flow of electric power to load devices. To load devices like motors. Like motors. Load devices like motors, like LEDs, like actuators, and actuators. So these are the definitions of power electronics drivers. You have to know the difference between these terminologies. They are not similar. They are not similar. And when I will be composing an exam, I will try my level best to test your understanding, and especially what I said rather than what I wrote. That's why you have to come to class, right? And you have to watch this video several times until the concept built in your mind. Then we have power electronics drivers. Subwriting, let me explain about what I've written on the blackboard. So power electronics drivers, these are the circuits or devices used to control the operation. So these are the circuits or devices used in power electronics to control operation. Say operation. Say operation. Operation of 40 power electronics components or power electronics devices. Such as, we gave you example. Diodes, we mentioned it. And here is, we have two diodes which are used in power electronics, general purpose diode and varactor diode. Transistors are the examples of whose power electronics devices. Thyristors, MOSFETs are insulated gate bipolar junction transistor, solid state relay, which in turn, and this one also in turn, we call them in turn, manage the flow of electric power to the load devices like motors, light emitting diodes, and actuators. So I say this, stop writing, stop doing whatever you're doing, because I'm trying to differentiate power electronics drivers with other previous terminologies that we have discussed. Because if you're not careful, you might find that they are similar. It's just duplication, but they're not similar. I again say driver. Tell your neighbor, just call your neighbor, driver, 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 again. Driver. Touch your driver, driver. You are my driver, you are my driver. Call your neighbor, driver, driver. Shake your neighbor, please. Left hand side and right hand side. Driver. Shake your neighbor on my behalf. Shake your neighbor. Shake your neighbor. Yes, Shake your neighbor, So your neighbor is smiling. So what the means of driver? Let us forget power electronics. What do you understand about the word driver? Driver is driving something, is it? Driver ni kitu fulani kinachoendesha kitu kingine, si ndio? Dereva huwa anaendesha nini? Baiskeli, gari, pikipiki au? Haya, wewe mwenyewe
Maria.